Welcome back to the Peppercorn Boys, where the group chat becomes a podcast. Hi, I'm Joe.
I'm Scott.
And I am Bruno.
Yes, you are, and you are here.
I'm here.
You. And he's in the flesh. Oh, he's in the flesh, finally.
There is a barrier between us, though.
There is a small barrier. If you're watching this on YouTube, the Peppercorn Boys on YouTube, you can see that it looks like we're in very different venues. Bruno's got a little fire going. It's got a gorgeous view.
I've set the scene.
You can tell by the weather that he could be in Wales. And know in past episodes that we're in Wales with our brick wall outside. But if you're looking at it, like, whoa, I'm in there.
I'll come round there.
There is a chance I got very close to your mic, so I do apologise. Yeah. But no, we are in the flesh. This is much better. It's taken us, 5 episodes, is it?
5 deep. 5 deep.
Is this episode 5?
This is episode 5.
So 4 episodes in the trailer.
The last one was 2023 too.
This is the last one, and as you can see, I'm adorning my gorgeous hat. This is my one gift I got for Christmas. And if you watch, again, on the YouTube, it comes down and covers my gorgeous little ears.
Very helpful in Wales.
Look at these little bits.
And you can put a little muzzler on it too.
Yeah, you can put a little muzzle on me if you want. That big man, do you? Well, put a muzzle on the boy. I'm just going to clip that back up because I'm just thinking, Bruno's in the flesh. Bruno's the type of guy that'd be in the flesh.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and that's what I've heard anyway. He's the kind of guy that would be in the flesh. But I also think Bruno's the type of guy that would buy a $9 truffle and then just eat it in a back alley outside.
I saw it with my eyes.
I know. This was in Dallas, Texas. And I'm talking... I don't know how many of us. There was a good 4 of us, wasn't there?
There's a few, yeah.
And we were in this truffle shop and it was way too expensive. And of course, Bruno, he sniffed out the truffle like the little truffle pig he is.
Little piggy.
He's moving around the leaves and he found these truffles. And he bought I think it was like $9. I say $9. I don't actually know.
I think they were quite expensive.
They were, weren't they?
Yeah.
I'm thinking it might be more. And I think my wife, she was buying some. And she bought like 2, I think, and they came in really nice looking packaging. They then wrapped them.
They took their time and like they took care over it.
Exactly, yeah. It was a nice situation.
It was a really nice part.
And I went round back and just opened it like a bag of M&M's.
Yeah, because I was leaving the shop 30 seconds after Bruno had, and he was. In my head, I don't know how true this is, he was kneeling in the street.
Hey, maybe it was just like low sugar levels. Big man just needed a little bit of a pick-me-up.
We got a lot of walking.
Yeah, we did.
You take any excuse.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But no, he was just, honestly, he just popped it in one. Because they're like balls, aren't they? Like, yeah. I don't know, Ferrero Rocher size?
I'd say that's a nice description. Yeah,
he just popped it in. Second one. Third one. Fourth one. I just want to know how long it took you to make yourself.
That topped them.
It was that Tottenham.
That's a rich sweet as well. We pop it in like
very, very rich.
Like pills.
Yeah.
Made that real scary.
You got to get all the flavours, haven't you?
You do, yeah.
Well, this is it.
Did you get the flavours though?
No,
I think so. No, it's like that guy on TikTok that just doesn't swallow his food. I don't swallow chocolate.
Bevo.
Or truffles,
Bevo, yeah.
Yeah, I think we need it. I think we might need to do an episode where we just talk about Bevo.
We might,
He's a gooner as well.
He's a gooner, and if I had new teeth, I don't think I'm that far up. And that's what's worrying me.
My esophagus is so small.
Well, that's what we've been hearing, isn't it?
I mean, I would not be able to do
That's what we've heard.
When did we hear this?
I struggle with a small amount of food I've chewed for a good 5 minutes.
Well, this is what they're saying.
Oh, yeah.
This is what they're saying. No, I was going to move into the fact that on that trip, Bruno was actually peaking.
Yeah.
He was peaking duck over there because he was, even though he was hammering the truffles, Big Man is, we call him Big Man because he's 6 bills. But
big boy.
On this occasion, he was about 250, 2.5 bills.
Yeah.
And he worked really hard. He got himself into like a peak performance.
Yeah.
And on that holiday, there's a picture.
Are you saying that I've declined over the years since then?
So what?
Was my peak Everest and like I'm like down at base camp now or something like that? Oh,
I tell you what,
we just found you.
I'm going to shout out Bruno. The work he puts in though. Because I saw the work he put in to get to that.
Yeah, he's like Paddy Pimblett. Like before camps, but his camps come every 3-4 years.
Like when he's dialed in, he works.
It's like a World Cup. Every 4 years, he'll have asparagus and salmon every single day 3 times.
He'll work out early in the morning, again in the afternoon, again in the evening. Like he'll do it.
And you know how when you're in your car, you have like, a pack of polos, extra strong mint, something like that, just in case you need to freshen up.
Yeah.
Bruno just has some fruit gems in the middle. And he'll freshen himself up with some fruit. So
they're good to suck on,
Hey,
that's what he said.
Give yourself a minute.
Yeah.
No, on that holiday, there's a picture, and I don't want to make you.
Mate, I'm gangster, mate.
Yeah, it's a very cool picture.
Yeah.
Bruno was in.
I was taken by Joe.
Yeah, it was like a Bullet Club shirt.
It was Bullet Club shirt.
I felt like you were all in black. It was very.
It was
cool.
all black. It was black shorts, black socks, black shoes. The Bullet Club shirt or KO shirt potentially.
It might be. I can't remember.
One or the other.
This is 2016. So this is
and then just a nice snap back, but it was worn forward like the G's, you know.
Did you have black Ray-Bans on as well? I have that.
Nah, I think my eyes were out.
Yeah,
I feel like yeah, Ray-Bans.
I don't know. I can see it. But
We'll definitely get the picture and we'll figure out whether it's Ray-Bans or whether it was.
Hey, now it's been and you've seen it and you know that I was right. Let's carry on with the show.
That might actually be one of the only pictures that's still on my Instagram too. So.
Ooh, do you know? Have you deleted pictures on Instagram?
Yeah, I went through a nice little phase where it was to get the launch back up. So I went through and I archived. They're archived. They're not deleted. I archived the ones that didn't fit the route that I wanted to go.
The narrative you were trying to tell.
Yeah. So I think that one might have actually survived. You never know.
I don't think so because I didn't know you did that. I think that is so sneaky. I think you're being tricky with your questions.
Yeah. No, he likes to treat his Instagram like Snapchat, like where the pictures come up and then they're gone.
And again, you don't know this, but I mean, this has taken 4 hours to set this. What is it? The set? Our set. And we've learned a lot about how Bruno feels about his side profile. So if you like his side profile, you put it in the comments below.
Yeah,
I like his side profile.
I'm trying not to go as far, but
the side profile wouldn't have made the cut on the old Instagram.
The more the sun sets in Wales, the more the ring light is showing.
No,
it's getting dark.
Move your head slightly.
It gets dark early.
Have I got a halo? Like this is
halo.
Yeah.
Look.
Hello.
Hey, that's all I was going to do. But talking about a Dallas trip, I wanted to. I've kind of been sidetracked because I really want to just talk more about the fact that Bruno is a sociopath and potentially. Wow. What is the word?
They're big words, mate.
A narcissist.
Let's see if you can back this up with some.
Well, you made sure your pictures look good on your Instagram. That was the first thing that I thought.
Is that not the thing to do? Please, in the comments, let me know if that's.
You've got to put your best foot forward. I want to know if this beef in person turns into a real fight.
I don't think it does because we've been friends far too long. But obviously he knows. He knows what happened.
with that meme on the internet, which is like the two barking dogs. As soon as the gate comes across, they're like,
you can see it.
Whereas I'm the kind of guy that won't even bark.
Yeah, Joe's usually asleep. Just
I'll never say a bad word and I'll be fast asleep.
No, that same trip. Well, speaking of you and being asleep,
I know.
This trip. That was a gorgeous segue, wasn't it?
I know, I knew it was coming.
Yeah. Oh, did you really? Yeah. You're good like that because Bruno's been bigging you up about the podcast.
Keep it on track.
I love my segues,
I'm going to just set a slight scene just to give Joe a little bit of a way out of this. But we went to Dallas, Texas.
You're giving him rope?
I'm giving him rope to pull himself out of a ditch. Right?
It's pity that you don't give me a rope from time to time.
You don't deserve one. We went to Dallas, Texas. We went via Atlanta. There was massive storms. It was awful travel. It was a long day. We get into Texas. This was probably 6 o'clock in the evening. We get into the hotel room in the W.
That was a beautiful hotel.
Very nice hotel.
Lizzie did well on that one.
Lizzie did very well. And we get in, and Joe's on a cot, obviously. Sorry, in my head, he's in a cot. I don't know if he's just on a bed.
I can't remember where it was.
In my head, there was 2 beds in a cot.
Yeah.
But there was only 4 of us there.
There was only 4 of us there.
Oh, you probably said you couldn't sleep in your bed.
I think you might find that you and I slept together that holiday, and Joe and Lizzie probably would have been the ones in the other bed.
That seems like kind of accusation you bring up. That sounds reckless.
I'm going to be honest, we shared a bed last night, so...
Yeah.
One, I don't think that's true, and I think that should be refuted on the podcast. I think you'll find that happened when Kieran was with us. Because he wouldn't sleep with the big man because big man would be naked in his bed. Cover your face. And I was like, that's fine. I'll take one for the team. So, friend of mine, you can stay in that bed.
True.
But in my head, I don't know if he was just on a sofa, but he was like face down in the corner. That's in my head. He might have just been on the bed. But
I think it must have been. It was definitely the 4 of us.
It was like 10 minutes after getting there. Joe's like, dropping off. And we were like, let's go out. And it is thunderstorming outside in Texas. We don't know where we are. We've never been out. And Joe had a reaction that we've not seen before. Because in my life, Joe's had 2 bad reactions. One time I just pushed a spaghetti bolognese out of his hand. And in hindsight...
At the top of the stairs as well.
At the top of the stairs. And he chased me and kicked me in that.
Right now, you're pretty much you're close to the... Actually, no, you're past the age now, but if Joe did that to you, if that happened to you the other way around,
I'd cry and go to TikTok.
Yeah.
And I'd eat my food in one bite.
Yeah.
Yeah, whereas those 80s kids just chase you and kick you.
Well, this is it. He chased
I
me.
did not kick you.
I think if I remember correctly, you kicked me really hard.
No.
So he gave me a big kicking. But in reality, I think it was fair.
Yeah.
It was
you go with it now.
As what I said, you probably...
See how he admitted to it once I went with it. That's psychology.
Yeah, you probably deserved a few more kickings.
Couple licks, yeah?
Yeah,
you would say.
This was BB though. This was before Bruno because it was with another friend of ours.
Yeah. Bruno was... I think Bruno might be even there.
I wasn't there. I was definitely...
Are we going to name the other? Polly was... Yeah, it was Chicks. Yeah, I just pushed it out of his hand and he got very upset. The other time was this one. He kind of just... it's unlike him, but I mean, he was like those raccoons you see in the memes that stand like Bellingham. You know the one? He was like that. He always got up in front of the whole team, which is very unlikely. And he kind of arms out like, what are we doing? Why are we going out?
We cracked him.
Yeah, he was like, what? No. And then eventually he was like, all right then. Can I get changed at least? And he just lost it. Yeah, he had a great time after that. But for a second now, maybe he put a denim top on, an overshirt, as Bruno was. Yeah. And the Joe didn't look like he was going to like work at 3 or whatever. Oh. Yeah, she looked cool.
The thing about Joe is...
He can pull off anything.
He can pull off anything. Yeah, he's wearing that hat.
It's ridiculous.
I shouldn't be talking about hats right now. But no, yeah, he was livid. Do you have any... do you want to explain yourself slightly?
So...
Explain your psyche, Joe.
I wasn't angry about going out. It was the speed at which we turned around.
My bum hadn't even touched the sofa.
When Scott wants to go out, Scott wants to go out.
Oh, yeah. But once we were out, it was great. And I'm glad we did it. All I wanted was just a minute to settle and just think about what we were doing. Because it was a long day. And you got to remember, I'm old.
Just for the record, when we went here, he was younger than Bruno our way. But we were in our mid-20s, like 26.
Yeah. We're in our primes, yeah.
We were 26 in Dallas.
Probably. I don't know. They all merged into one.
I think what was interesting about America was they sent me up, of all people, to go to the bar. It was like a happy hour or something. I don't know where
it was. And we went.
And I said, can I get 3 Diet Cokes? And she was like, yeah, sure. She runs around. She's doing a lot. She gives me 3 Diet Cokes. And I'm just standing there like a creep with my hands on my thighs. Yeah. Just waiting to pay, basically. And she was just like, go away. She had to shoot. Go. And I was like, I haven't paid. And she was like, yeah. Away.
She wanted it for the real.
Yeah.
Like,
they got bigger pictures, right? Yeah.
I think you and Joe had done a different round to Lissy and I or something like that.
So
you had bought something.
I don't know if we were drinking that night.
If I remember correctly, you had a real issue drinking that one. Sorry, I keep doing this. None of this is true. Guys, this show is completely reality.
It's all fake, yeah.
We're not actually friends.
They're not real stories. We're making these up.
Yeah. We don't know the other 2 peppercorns as well. This is all just...
It's all a ruse.
This is all a ruse. Quickly, though, if you aren't on YouTube, run there now, because... What do you think of Bruno's hair? He's gone for the Hoyland.
I had to, because one of my friends...
Full name him, give him an address.
The friend that we cat sit for, Paul, he stole my hair appointment on Friday.
Oh.
Last Friday. Because we were meant to go together, because we both share the same barber. He did introduce me to him, so it was etiquette, like kind of that kind of thing. But we said, Christmas ones, we're going to get a couple bevies, we're going to get our haircuts, and we're going to have a good time.
That sounds lovely.
The thing, our barbers is just like flat out, he is so popular. The appointment's gone, apart from one appointment at 6 o'clock on the Friday. And I said this to Paul because I was trying to organise and get him to actually text him beforehand, because our barber Wayne from Bennett and Merrick, let's do that.
Millers and cheddar.
He said, just text me when you get it sorted, when you know. And I was pounding Paul for a day.
Hold it. Give that 30 seconds. Yeah, go on.
I was pounding Paul for a day.
You did it again. Go on. Keep going.
And he wasn't doing it. And then
he wasn't doing it.
And then I said, the dates have been released. The only time is 6 o'clock. And then he came back 5 minutes later and he was like, do you know what I've just done?
What?
I was like, you just booked that slot for yourself, haven't you? And he's like, yeah. I was like,
of course.
How dare you?
And that's why you're being
that's why I can't put my hair up, and that's why it's in the Hoyland. And obviously, yeah.
I don't know what we used to call that haircut you got going there.
I don't.
I feel like, ironically, it kind of reminds me of the band Rasmus.
Yeah.
Which, obviously, there is a tie in there.
Yeah.
Do you remember the Rasmus?
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
Rotten hair, then. There you go. That's a shout
nice,
out.
Isn't it?
That's a very nice shout out. Just on a scale of 1 to 10, obviously, in the comments, what I'd love to know is if you hold that monologue he just did up against the cat one a couple of weeks ago, what was worse? What was worse?
I don't know. I don't know. This is a point where another one of our friends doesn't like how long I take to tell stories. Is that it? Because
Is that person one of the peppercorns?
No.
Okay, cool.
No. This one, I don't think it had as many ums in this one.
It didn't. No, it was gorgeous. It's just the content was trash.
I enjoyed it, actually.
Don't cut it, though.
I was trying to set a scene.
I liked it.
I thought it was brilliant. The problem is, here's the thing. We're going to get a...
Demonetised?
No. We're going to get reaction from this podcast. Like someone would give us critique.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, oh, he slams him. And I'm worried that the maybe scale is turning because obviously the show is to out you for what you are.
But it's not.
And I'm worried that people are going to start thinking that I, belittle you after you try really hard.
It's the truth.
But the content still has to be good.
The facts are the facts.
The facts are the facts. And I was going to do, what is it?
People are going to make up their own...
They're going to make up their own situation.
Yeah,
right, yeah, exactly. But that same holiday, by the way, in Dallas, we drove all the way to Orlando.
Yeah, we did.
When I say this in hindsight,
that was a good road trip.
It was. And is that Bunky? Did we drive through Bunky?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We got many road trip karaoke video on that.
Yeah.
On that.
I need to go through that because you've got all that.
Yeah. Because you did it previously, didn't you? You drove somewhere to Orlando on a holiday that I didn't go.
So 2 years prior, we went to New Orleans,
and it was pretty much the same type of drive.
Yeah, we went to Dallas.
Went for Bunky again.
Yeah. It was a monkey stuff, and it was the Mississippi stuff. Was it?
Yeah, we went through Mississippi. That was experience. Because this one we flew into Dallas, but we were flying out of Orlando, so we did the stopover. Again, like. When you think about the amount of travel involved in that, you just think, why were we doing this? But since I've started living in Wales,
to make it harder for ourselves.
I feel like just doing something very minimal is like
doing one of these trips
because that drive though, Dallas through Mississippi, through Louisiana, through Alabama.
And then
did I just name a city over a state?
And then Florida. No,
Alabama's a state.
Alabama's a state. Yeah.
And then we went under Mobile.
Yeah.
That's the one. That's
and then you go in like St. Petersburg. Is that right? Pensacola kind of area. And then But when we got there, I remember there's two things. This is twofold. And I'm merging two here.
Okay.
Firstly, we went to a Ramada.
We did.
In Orlando.
Before that, on our road trip, every state line we crossed, Joe had a thing that he did.
Oh, man. What was that?
It's actually now catchphrase for Super Money. Independence in wrestling.
We are inside you!
Yeah, he screamed that at a sign.
That kept us going.
It did. Those long drives, that was like 17, 18 hours.
And half mile.
We went, go ahead.
To the Ramada.
Went to Ramada. And we pulled back one of the covers. And there was, I don't want to sound crass.
You might have to if.
There was a blood stain that might have been in the shape of a giant teddy bear.
Yeah.
Or some would say, a human.
That's nuts.
Very human.
So, to be fair, aren't the Ramadas renowned for
murder?
Murder.
Yeah, there's like murder podcasts about it.
That's fantastic.
So,
and this Ramada.
That's fantastic. You just said, and that's the whole podcast. We just learned again. And did you hear that?
Yes. But this Ramada was the part of the hotel that was technically a motel.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, because
I feel like because you were an old boy there, you were taking this stuff in, whereas
I did not take that.
I was 9.
The main part of the Ramada, if I'm thinking of the same hotel.
Yeah, I don't want to exactly say where it is because I feel like this is harsh.
Well, we went into the lobby of the main part of the Ramada, and they sent us to the motel part of the Ramada because that's where we were staying.
Motel. How did they do?
Because we were trying to use the lift.
Let's figure out what he said.
Hard up in here.
Hard up in here.
Hard up.
Hard up in here. I thought he said holiday in.
I didn't know
that. Should we go past your previous jobs?
Let's go now. Oh man, yeah, I did work. Oh man, yeah, just for the listeners, I did work in. Oh man, do you hear that though? He's outed himself again. So
yeah, because we went into the main lobby of the hotel, tried to use the lifts, and they said no, around the back. So we went around to the motel part. So the difference between a hotel and a motel, learning.
What is it?
A hotel is indoors, so the public can't get to your front door. A motel is the ones you can just walk up to the front door.
Did you know that?
Nah.
That's a motel.
That's a hotel. I wish I could pull that off. Like, that I knew that, but I didn't.
I didn't know.
It came up recently, so
that's interesting because Brady is the type of guy that would usually claim that. Yeah, and I'm sure 99% of the time he doesn't.
But the fact that it was a motel and you could rock up to the front door would also explain the fear that came with it.
Yeah, well, the fear is it. Because we did get a room moved, because obviously we're not going to go talk to anyone.
No.
But my wife, she went in and got us sorted, and she changed the rooms. So then what happened, there's a lot of travel involved, obviously. We thought we'd order dinner.
Yep.
And we got a pizza. We ordered a pizza. It took a while to go.
Yeah.
And I said, I'll go down and get it. Heading from our shady part all the way across to the front of the hotel level. And it was quite a long time. And to set the scene, I mean, I was in a little t-shirt and some pajama shorts.
I thought you were going to say little t-shirt and no bottoms.
Well, no, the pajama shorts could have been no bottoms because, holes in them. I felt very not myself. Yeah. I felt a little bit unconfident about myself. Yeah. And the guy who proceeded to turn up with the pizzas was, if you've ever watched WWF, WCW, ECW, AEW, whatever it is, Taz. The
human suplex machine.
If not, Joe Pesci. Do you know what I mean? This type of character. I mean, a guy from the Bronx, in a different state, obviously, and he was in his car. The way he sped up, and he said, "You," as you got the car, like almost, "Is it you that ring me?" And I was like, "Oh, it wasn't me, but yeah, I think it's my pizza." And he's like, "I've been everywhere looking for you." Like he basically undressed me outside this Ramada.
You were all alone.
I was all alone. I was trying to hold my shorts down, and I wandered back up to our motel. And I went in there, and everyone was asleep. And no one I told everyone in the morning about that situation, and I sat shivering in my blood-stained bed.
So. But the thing is, like, after long drives, like, we've done a couple of them now.
Yeah.
I get a little bit weird.
Oh, you're telling me? I wanted to lay down in Dallas for 10 minutes.
Flights, you can drive.
It's a lot of travel.
Yeah, for an old boy. Yeah, a 32-year-old old boy.
When we did that, so that one, obviously, we had driven. I think I actually ended up taking most of the driving on that one.
Yeah. I'm just doing that. Putting stuff over there. In all fairness, he's done a lot of driving.
But when we did Atlanta down to Clearwater, and then I got all weird. Like, we wanted to go play. You wanted to go play football.
Oh, that's a good story. Yeah, there was 3 others of us, and there was 2 that did the driving. You and
Paul,
your barber friend.
Yeah,
your barber friend.
My barber partner. Yeah,
your barber partner that you pounded. Yeah. That guy and you did all the driving. There's 2 separate cars.
Yeah.
When we got
through tornadoes.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, but this is going to be another podcast, so that's a good story.
Basically, there was radio situations we were saying get off the road and these things, but we end up there. But we get there, we buy a football because it's play on the beach. And I go back into the room, this dark room at like 2 in the afternoon.
You're like, Bruno, we can go play football.
Yeah, Paul didn't, he just ignored me. I went, Bruno, do you want to play football? He proceeded to get up so quick and quite agilely walked towards me in the dark, eyes wide open, and then he dropped into like a cross-leg, like a Buddha. And he just started staring into his bag, started pulling stuff out like erratically, throwing stuff. And I was like, "Oh, cool, do you want me to meet you outside the door?" And he was like, yeah. And I was like, "All right, see." I was like, "Wow, he's keen." I went out, and I thought he was going to come out in his little Paul Skull shell or something. And I mean, I'm outside the door for 10 minutes. And I thought, God, it's taking a while now. Maybe he needs a shower or something. I go back in. Nothing's changed. These bastards, I don't know what happened.
I have no recollection of that whatsoever.
Or recognition. I didn't think my word was right either.
I got no recognition or
recollection.
Recollection.
Do the second one. Yeah. It sounded like reptile doing something. It was like a reptile remembering something. Say it one more time. Recollection. The resurrection of
recollection. Thank you, Joe. Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, recollection.
Yeah, I'm just checking.
But we're saying words now.
We've said it too many times.
I'm not going to lie. None of us are great with words.
No.
Welcome to our podcast. Very good with words. One thing I'd say is very good. That's what they're saying anyway.
I've heard that.
That's why. I just want to preface this because you'll hear coughs. I don't know if you're going to edit these coughs out.
I'm going to edit them out. No one wants to hear you.
So I'm the type of guy that will work through the pain. I've got a serious chest infection and I'm here delivering the goods.
You're doing well, mate. You're doing well.
Yeah, we'll call this podcast episode Scott Does So Well.
All right. I'm not sure that's quite a catchy hook.
I would like to, before we finish with the room service situation, there's one more, our most elite, when we were in Arizona.
Okay, yeah.
We were in a very nice resort in hindsight.
Oh, mate.
We are in all of our group of friends that went to that. Our passcodes to our phones are the room that we stayed in.
Yeah. So,
to this day, and this is 2010.
Should we give the number?
If you crack one, you crack them all.
Yeah, basically. If you want to get into all of our accounts, all of our phones, anything, figure out what room we're in. There is 9,000 rooms.
If you want to order anything on Sky, like PIN.
Yeah. In all fairness, we're giving them 4 digits. That's what we could be in them. 6. It starts with a 6, potentially. Yeah, we stayed in an area of that hotel. But there's a story that I'm not going to tell on here, where we changed room.
Again, that's another podcast.
That is another podcast.
Octavia.
Oh, but now we're leading down to 2000. It starts with a 6. It's Octavia.
We haven't given the
I'll give you the second letter. Number.
No, we haven't given the name of the actual place.
It was so it's a giant resort in Scottsdale, Arizona. It starts with a B, and our room was 6, and
we had the most class Uber driver or chauffeur or whatever we had ever.
Chauffeur, whatever. What was his name?
He was a criminal, though, sure.
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think we had the name for him. We just called him the Serb.
He was, because he was Serbian. Because he loved Ivanovic.
Yeah.
The Chelsea player at the time was doing really well in the Premier League. He would purposely, because we'd call the same service, I guess.
Yeah.
It wasn't Uber, I guess it was...
It was the hotel car.
Okay, yeah, but he would purposely see Bruno and be like, I'm picking him up. But he would do like U-turns in the street and stuff in like Phoenix and to pick us up.
Big dog.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I wonder what that guy's doing now.
Oh, man, I wish.
I do worry. There was a story we were telling.
Yes, there was. Yes.
What do you reckon it was? Because
it was the room service again for on this holiday. It was to do with pizza again, but we got pizza delivered to the room. It was so late again. I think it was after we came back from maybe a Hall of Fame I don't think it was Mania, but it was one of the late night ones.
When he says Mania, he means WrestleMania.
WrestleMania. And we got back in the room. We were quite tired. I think it took about an hour to come. So like, what'd you do? You get a little bit tired, don't you? And I don't.
An hour, yeah.
This is what I'm saying. When sometimes it takes an hour to come, you will get tired.
And so it came. Obviously, Scott came to the door. He opened it. And then the guy walked in. And he couldn't stop laughing at the guy. I couldn't stop laughing at all. And I was laughing at him. And I don't.
I don't know why you were just tired. I don't want to say the guy won. Okay, so just to add to this, the guy turns up on a bicycle.
Yeah,
because that hotel to get to the room service, you'd have a little bicycle with a little trolley on the front. So this guy in a full suit in Arizona heat at 2 a.m, got on his bicycle. He brought his pizza to this room and
just to get laughed at by him.
I'm standing at the door. I open it. He walks in past me in my little red nylon shorts. And he looks into the bed to his right. Everyone else is asleep in the room. And Bruno is holding his arms up. And, if you're not watching this on YouTube, the nice fireplace is turned into an ad.
We're back.
We are back. Bruno, he walks into the room. And he turns his head to the right. There's sleeping people everywhere. It's a dark room. Bruno is holding his arms up, stroking them with little white gloves on. Okay, because he had bad allergy. There's these little felt white gloves on, stroking his arm. He is... I'm saying belly laughing, staring directly in his eyes.
I don't think I've laughed hard.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why you laughed.
I don't know.
And he left, and I was like, "What just happened? Why did you do that?" And he was just like, couldn't stop laughing. By the way, also went to sleep and never eat pizza.
Funny thing is, all that guy could see in the dark was a silhouette of a 6'3" Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I don't know. So again, Bruno is quite mean to waiting staff.
Yeah.
He's quite bad with waiters. Any kind of servant.
How dare you? He's definitely.
Quite.
I would say I'm the complete opposite of that, actually.
Here's the thing: if you ordered a sandwich, and it was wrong, would you send it back?
No. I probably just wouldn't eat it.
If it had mayonnaise on it, I don't know what
I wouldn't eat it.
But when they come to pick it up, how would you feel?
I wouldn't feel necessarily like...
They go, "Oh, sorry, sir. You haven't touched your sandwich."
I'd be like, "Sorry, I don't like mayonnaise and it's fine. But I pay for it." And
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm going to go change it then.
That's what they'll say, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
You'd say maybe to them?
No, and then I'd say, "Okay, thank you. I appreciate that."
Okay.
I worked in hospitality, so I know what it's like. I don't want a loogie in my sandwich that's about to come back out again.
You say loogie?
Yeah.
So are you confirming that they actually do that in hospitality?
I can't confirm nor deny. It'd be mean to your waiters.
Hey, I worked in the Holiday Inn for obviously so long, like you said, and you laughed at that when you said I worked there as well, which is crazy.
I didn't.
But no, I think this podcast has kind of turned into the America trips we've done.
Yeah.
Essentially from the 2009 to now, we've been doing almost yearly America trips. It hasn't been for a while.
It's been a while now, yeah.
But the newer ones have become a lot more relaxed. Because the newer ones have essentially become... The two other peppercorns, Pretty Deadly Boys from the WWE, they own property out there. So a flight and accommodation is there.
I'm aiming to get out there this year at some point, or the coming year.
Well, I'm thinking all of us need to get out there and get a podcast.
Yeah, we do.
But it's become a lot more relaxed. It's a bit more like just fishing. Going to areas of Florida that are not...
Yeah.
the typical places like CC's Pizzeria that we would go to when we were in Orlando International Drive.
I survived on CC's.
So CC's is... Oh, that's a good story as well, because do you remember you just took the whole tray of Cinnabons?
I don't recall that. I know I definitely ate Cinnabons, but I hated that place, and I think I was just trying to do anything
I stopped
to make
eating
it...
after that one slice. I felt so sick.
I didn't have a choice.
I think I just wanted to make it happen.
It was... What is the place? Chuck E. Cheese? Is it what's the place that does the odd-shaped pizza?
Chuck E. Cheese. But
is that Chuck E. Cheese?
Yeah.
And they mash together the pieces. Well,
yes.
So they say, and we don't actually believe that. We're just saying that
It's like Chuck E. Cheese without the fun.
Yeah. Are you trying to get like a brand deal from Chuck E. Cheese?
No, I'm just trying to... because they sue people for saying that they mash pizzas together.
Yeah, we can't afford
to sue. It's like a buffet situation. Joe was really hungry. He had no money. And Bruno took a whole tray of Cinnabons that he was looking.
But I hadn't eaten 2 days.
When we go to Florida, we're talking like Dave & Buster's, Disney, International Drive, Burnt, Hooters.
Yeah.
Hooters is the best one.
The best one, Twin Peaks.
You like Twin Peaks?
The beer that I had there was possibly one of the nicest beers I've ever had.
Really?
I think it was just like, because it was a frozen glass, it was so cold. I love cold beer as it is, but I think I just needed it at that point. And when it just went down like a treat.
I bet it did. I went there last year, and I can't remember if Twin Peaks was gone.
No.
Because International Drive's kind of expanded slightly.
Has it? When I went, I never touched iDrive.
I didn't the first time I went to see the boys, but the second time I was like, I took them to Dave & Buster's. And, I took...
Wasn't that Country Bar on iDrive, though?
Yes. Yeah, so I went on, it was in the evening.
Okay.
Yeah, so I went both times. But the first time, sorry, I did go there for a long period of time. The second one, I just went to... But it did look a little different. But CC's is like... Boil it up. It's not right. And it says on there, if you've ever visited it, get checked. Yeah. There's a lot of that going on. But no, it was just the worst. But the modern American trips are so tame because it's just relaxing.
It's so...
You stay at her house, you go fishing.
You get to actually experience like certain other American
almost
things.
like suburban.
So when I went, it was like Halloween time. So we went to Halloween store. We went to a downtown cocktail bar, which was lovely. It was called Cocktails and Screams.
Yeah.
So it was very poignant at the time, at least. But then we went to a bar like right on the outskirts of town, which was karaoke, and we did karaoke with me, Kit.
Kit Wilson?
Me, Kit. I don't know what to call. I like to call him Sam and Lou, and Special K, obviously.
Special K. That wasn't a drug reference. Just because that sounded like that. 100% isn't. It's not. It's real news. Kelly, the NXT announcer, is with. You can see that on their Instagram. So they're very public. So maybe we don't say Special K going forward. Is what I'm thinking.
Is that a thing?
It's a real thing.
Oh mate, I am so.
Yeah. Well, just sometimes you'll reference things that you don't realise are really bad. But yeah, so they're a lot more modern. But I don't know if.
Do I need to get a little bit more woke? Is that what you're saying? Like a little bit more real?
It feels like you're attacking the modern society a little bit. I'm not allowed to say. I'm not allowed to say anymore. That he's the type of guy that does that. Yeah, I don't know if this has kind of become the American trip anyway, but I feel like these will probably pop up because there's some bizarre stories. Yeah. I just a quick rattle off. We're talking Houston, Texas. There's 18-year-olds where we got chased under a subway. Honky Tonk Man was trying to lure us into his room.
Whoa,
let it go. Arizona, where we flooded a whole room, kind of accidentally on purpose because we didn't like the room, but still had to sit with it. We went to Atlanta. There was
that was a great.
I love it.
We were part of the worst tornado storm in American history.
Yeah, it's in the top 10.
Miami, then onto Miami with the 8-person
in a villa. Very, he said condo just for sure. But it fell down really bad on that one, and again another thunderstorm. But I know we've had some crazy trips. We met. Became friends with Xavier Woods on one of these holidays in New Orleans. Bruno did one of the wildest handshakes you'll ever see.
Yeah. Wrestlers don't like my handshakes.
Look, because we can see you're not a worker.
It's a little bit stiff, right?
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I went down.
If you give me some tights, I'll absolutely steal an audience, mate.
Do you know what? I bet you would.
We'll film it for the pod.
Yeah, I bet you would. As far as this podcast goes, we've done longer than what we usually do. This is what's crazy.
That felt good.
This was easy. How much easier is this in person?
Yeah.
So, move here.
Yeah.
Hey, you move back to England. Okay,
you could afford somewhere here. And who's going to look after you? Did you see that when I see that? Awful. He's an awful man. Yeah. Sorry, I went for it. Go ahead.
No, that's fine. What are you going to say to my face this time?
I just think you're brilliant. I think
what we are going to do is a couple
episodes.
Yeah, game episodes as well. We're gonna get a game out. Maybe just me and Scott. Maybe just me and Scott. Gonna crack open a few more episodes, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
See what we can do. Probably a change of scenery, maybe.
There might be a change of scenery. Hey, this one went so well. There's a very small chance we might change our clothes and do another. Nothing else to do. But no, I've enjoyed this. I do kind of want to do like a whole podcast on those.
Yeah,
because we've kind of dabbled in there, but I feel like there's some better stuff.
We've definitely teased the audience, but yeah, there's definitely a lot more to unpack on those other holidays. But for the ones that we dove deep into, that Dallas holiday to the Ramada.
Yeah, I just want to. Do you know what? On the podcast, I want to actively look at Bruno's Instagram.
Oh, wow.
To bring it back around to the start.
Give his Instagram for people.
So Bruno is Dunzo on Instagram, if you want to check it. He has...
He's got underscores.
Oh my God, he's got no pictures on it. He really has taken away a lot of pictures. I wonder what those pictures look like. What was so bad? Because he once put a picture that said press start. Like he was about to do something huge.
That one's
and
still
then
there.
5 years has passed.
That one's still there.
I can see it. It says press start. Hashtag BTM, lenses, camera, Canon, pop. And then I've commented as Scott TBA underneath. That's 3 T's in the middle. Since you press start, I've only seen one post. And then I commented again like 6 months later.
Yeah.
Press start on what?
You were on. You were literally on me for that caption.
It's a gorgeous photo. I don't know if that picks it up. Look at this photo.
You've never had such a visceral reaction to a caption that
I was just so excited to see one. I mean, you are a little bit of a catfish. Well, you're not a catfish. You're gorgeous, but you're on the back of a jet ski. I think they're holding nothing up. He's now actually on a jet ski. It's an unreal thing. And I tell you what, the Dallas one is not on there.
No.
You've culled it. You said you didn't like it.
It must not have been on the thing.
It'll be there somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
So,
I'll get that back out. For the visual listeners, you'll 100% have it.
You haven't seen it. But if you've enjoyed this podcast, make sure if you're on YouTube, go subscribe to this channel, hit it a like, give it a comment underneath, give us some thumbs up, let us know what you think of Bruno as a person on a personal level. If you're on a podcast and you're not subscribed, you've just downloaded this one episode, what are you doing? Subscribe to it. We're the Peppercorn Boys. And you can get that anywhere you get your podcast. Give it a 5-star review if you can. And if you want to download every single episode 4,000 times, we're going to be a success. And then Bruno's going to move here and he's going to be much better.
If we get 500,000 likes, I'll move to Wales.
So Bruno, he's the type of guy that doesn't stick to his promises because Manchester United in real time won last night, and at the start they were tuning down and he goes, yeah, it's not great, is it? I'll shave my head if we win. I can see Erasmus hair.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Do it now. I want it.
Okay, we'll do it.
No, please don't. But no. We've enjoyed doing it in person.
Yeah.
This is much nicer.
I'm annoyed that I didn't delay at any point during this. I was trying to find a thing, but I didn't want you to lunge over the table at me.
So did you see how we were on the same wavelength there? We knew we were
right. The brothers.
No, I was trying to talk over you. But that is not to bury our last episode, so make sure you go down with that. But it's a lot harder for Bruno to edit. Anyway, Bruno's got 3 hours, 3 days worth of editing to do now. I'm going to play Fortnite and watch him do it because I can actually do that in person. But if you would like the show, please do all those things that I've just mentioned. We will see you next week. How do we...
You get all real close to the mic and you say something.
I don't remember.
You say your real feelings.
I can't remember that.
Do you really? I don't remember.
Yeah.
That's okay. I'm going for this one. You, Bruno.